Hey, Big V here. Today we're talking teams, and we're talking about one of the most important aspects of being a team leader, and that is deciding what and when to do which project in what order. As a business leader and having partners for many, many years, one of my early experiences, I remember being one of 3 partners. And as an entrepreneur, I am the idea guy. Now, how many of you can relate to this? You go to a show or convention and you have all these ideas, and you come back and you idea vomit on your team, and then they go out to work and they're trying to get it all done. And then you go to another show. And before they've even implemented anything from the last time you did that, you come back with a whole new bag of tricks and all these new ideas and things that you want to implement. Well, after about a year of that, one of my partners sat me down and said, Verl, we love you, man. And we love the ideas, but the team is getting frustrated because they don't feel like they're ever getting anything done, and we have to change. And I'm like, well, I don't know. What do you want me to do? Turn off the ideas, stop going to shows? And my partner said to me, well, let me tell you how we do it in the tech world. After coming from the tech world as an international sales manager for a tech company, Stan sat me down and he showed me this process they use in developing software. It's called Agile software development. And I don't know if you know this, but there's a whole culture around Agile. You can Google it. They have books on it. You can become an Agile or a Scrum Master. And it's all based on this concept of how does an individual run multiple projects with multiple people all going on at the same time. And in software development, I want you to imagine that all your developers are in different places in the world. They might be in India or in Korea or in the United States or in different marketplaces, but you have developers all over the place, and the Scrum Master has to coordinate the development of all these projects so that when this gets done, the next piece of code that sits on top of it seamlessly fits together and you end up with this elegant piece of software. Well, that's how Agile works. And here's some of the premise behind Agile. So first they said, okay, the first thing you have to do is you have to do what's called a project backlog. And that's where you make a list of all of the things that you'd like to get done in your business. Now think about that. If you were to make a list right now of all of the things you want to get done, and we just put them in any kind of an order, we just say, okay, I want to create a top 50. I want to hire 2 buyer's agents. I want to develop a geographic farm. I want to work with for sale by owners. I want to work with nursing homes and people that are exiting their final property. I want to work with veterans. I want to do something for the community. We want to do more events. I can make a list, and I'll bet you can come up with 50 or 60 things that are all projects that if you had the time, you would do. And then in the left-hand column of the Agile, we write a number. We start with 1,000 being the highest priority, and we say, okay, is this 1,000 or is it 800 or 700 or 600? As we look at each of the projects, we just have a discussion with the team, and we determine what the highest level of priority is for each of the Agile or each of the project backlog activities. So, we say, I want to hire buyer's agents. I want to get my CRM set up. I want to identify high volume lead generation, all the things I've talked about and more. We put a number by each one, with the highest number being the most important. Now, as you look at an activity, let's just say I want to hire a new buyer's agent. And I also have on there, get a CRM. Well, getting a CRM is the most important piece of tech you own in your business. That might be at 800. Hiring a buyer's agent is not going to happen until I have at least 5 listings. And so a buyer's agent might be a 500. It's not that it's 400 less, it's just that it's less. And it gives me the ability to go through each of the projects on the idea backlog and put them in order. Then when you're all done, you'll notice that there's a drop-down menu. You click on that and it allows you to sort highest number to lowest number. It then takes all your projects and put them in order, with the highest project being first. Now, let me tell you how Agile works. As an individual agent or as a small team, you should only be working on no more than 3 projects at a time. So you take the top 3 projects and you decide, yep, we're going to do these. These are the 3 things that we're going to focus on, and this is how we prioritize. You take number 1, number 2, and number 3, and you decide, okay, what is the definition of done in this project? Once you decide the definition of when is the date it needs to be done by, and then I'd like you to think in advance of what are the impediments that you might incur in getting this project done. You see, as a CEO, your leader is to remove impediments, not necessarily do tasks. And so your job is to anticipate what are the challenges they might have. Maybe it's a budget issue, or someone needs to make a final decision on which CRM we're going to choose, or we have 2 and we have to eliminate 1. What are the impediments? And we identify those in advance. So as you're looking across the top of the Agile, you'll see the project backlog with the numbering system, and then who the project owner is. Every project needs an owner, and I'm telling you, you cannot manage more than 3. And so if you're the project manager and you're the CEO, that's fine, but it should be your operations manager or your client care coordinator. And so now we've got a project manager, we have a definition of done, and we have a date of when we expect the project done by. Once that's done, well, now we have to do the task. So what has to be done to get that done? So on the bottom of the spreadsheet, you'll notice this thing called a sprint template. With that sprint template, you're going to click on that, you're going to make a copy of it, and then you're going to rename it. The sprint template is where you take all of the single individual tasks that have to be done in that project to get it done, and you order them. Everything. We have to shop CRMs. We have to identify and port our old CRM into the new CRM. We have to get rid of duplicates. We have to train the agents on how to use it. We have to set everybody up on a recurring system. We want to make sure that all of our transaction activities are in there. Anything we do 3 times, we want to have an action plan for it. So you make a list of all of those activities that would occur in your CRM that you need to have done, and then you decide who's going to do it, in what order, and then you put those in an order from highest to lowest priority. Now you'll notice on the Agile that we use that when you have a series of tasks that need to be done, it also shows you what % done it is at the very top. So as a leader, I'm able to come in and meet with my direct reports, and I can see what's on the Agile. It's 40% done. It was 30% yesterday, so we're making progress. And is there any new impediments that I need to help you remove? When you're running a system that's sophisticated like an Agile, you'll find that everybody has clarity on what our priorities are. Now, there's 3 things we look at as we're creating priority. So as you're looking at your project backlog, how do you determine what's a 800, a 700, a 600, 500, whatever? How do you determine the number? Here's how we do it. We always ask the question, is this a money-making activity? If I do this project, is it going to generate new revenue? If the answer is yes, it goes to a higher tier. If it's an event with a date, meaning I am going to do a client event, I'm going to do Halloween's coming up or Thanksgiving's coming up, so I'm going to do an event around that. That event has a date and it has a drop dead date of when everything has to be done by. So money-making activities first, events with date get prioritized second, and then the operational excellence, things like the CRM, go third. So you take your time and really talk through and think through as a team what your priorities are. Everybody agrees that these are the 3 things you're going to focus on, and then we execute as a team. You'll find that when you have a huddle every day and you review the Agile for operational excellence to make sure you're moving your projects forward, everybody sees and feels and knows that they're having a win in their day. Here's where challenges might happen. As a team leader, one of your challenges might be you come in and you change the priority. Well, the whole concept of Agile means that things change. And so let's give you an example. As the market has shifted right now, we might have said that our number 1 priority was to hire 3 buyer's agents. Well, not anymore. Now the number 1 priority is to get our current 3 agents producing at a higher level by working their top 50. And so we have a whole sprint on how do we get a higher level of execution with that single activity called top 50. So being Agile means it has agility. It means that it's not set in stone. And it means that as a team, we have the ability to move and change and adapt as we go. So Agile means it's agile. We do a sprint every day and we look at what's happening and we focus on progress, not perfection. A couple other thoughts around Agile. So the idea with Agile is that we have constant, continuous improvements in every area of our business every single day, and that we know how to measure a win. I promise as you begin to use Agile, as you start to have daily huddles with your operations team around the projects that you're working on, they'll feel a higher level of job satisfaction, they'll be happier in their work, because they all know they're working on the right things in the business. The other thing that I've noticed in running an Agile is that it gives me, the leader, the ability to relax knowing that the people are doing the right thing so I can focus on the things that generate the revenue for the business. So whether you're a small business of one and you're trying to figure out what to do next, or you're a team, or you're a massive company that has multiple departments, the Agile can be adapted to every level and every style of business. I would say that the number 1 thing that has helped us take teams from maybe 250,000 in gross closed income to 3 or 4 million is the ability to execute against priorities. The difference between average and exceptional isn't the quality of the person. It's that the exceptional execute at a higher level and the average just talk about it. So are you willing to execute? Do you want to do new things? Are you ready to start getting your business operationally in a place where it gives you the ability to scale? Then click right here, download. I'm going to give you the whole Agile system that we use, and I'd encourage you to use it. If you get stuck or you struggle with it, then go to workmansuccess.com and you can download AMP, our admin mastery program, where we have several different training videos on Agile, or reach out and do a free business consultation and let one of our consultants help you with your Agile process as you consider getting a coach to help you with your business. Imagine this single tool and what an impact it could make. What about all the other things that Workman has in their arsenal? There's so many opportunities. There's so many great things you can do to add operational excellence to your business, and we encourage you to get Agile and get to work today.